Okay, in this video we're going to look at how to set up voting using ActivInspire and using the ActivExpression voting kits. In the previous video we looked at the ActiveVote kits. Now the first thing we're going to do is go across here to the Express poll, and we're just going to make sure that we're targeting the ActivExpression devices. In the last one I showed you how to target the ActiveVote devices. So I'm going to click this one here, and then our little circle appears in the middle of the page for the Express poll, but I just want to go down into the settings part here, and then you've got these two on your right for targeting the different devices. So I'm going to say target the ActivExpression devices, select that, and then I can just close this whole circle area down to start with. One of the beauties with the ActivExpression devices is you can get the students to type their own name in, and then their name will appear on the board whenever they vote for things. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. The way I'm going to show you is using the browsers. So you can either use Control or B, or you can go to View and then Browsers. And you can see here's all my devices here at the minute. They're named from my previous session that we've done. But what I can do is in the top left hand corner here is go to Device Registration, and this will bring up all the devices. So you can see here we've got my Active Hub. This is the dongle that we plug in, and there's 32 ActivExpression devices registered to that Active Hub. If you find that your Active Hub is plugged in and you don't have any ActivExpression devices or any ActiveVote devices, it's either a couple of things. Either you've put your dongle in after starting the software, or it hasn't been set up properly and you need to contact the technicians, and they would have to register the devices with the dongle for you. But what I can do here is if I select these ActivExpressions and I want to click on rename, and there's a couple of things we can do. We can either have the teacher to rename all the devices, or we can select rename devices by the students, and we can say you can put in any characters, and 14 letters is the maximum. That's what comes up as standard, so I'll keep it like that. So what it now says is a naming session has started. Students can now change the name of their devices, and so if they now power on the devices, which I'm going to do now, you'll get a box coming up saying input username. So I'm going to input the name onto this device. So I'm just typing in Boxwell as my name there, and I'm going to send it. Okay, so I can see at the top of my little device it now says Boxwell, and there we go there's the one device that I've updated there. And I'll click finish. So once everybody's updated it, you can click finish there and done. And we can see here there's Boxwell there. Okay, setting up the slides is very similar to before as with your ActiveVote. I'm going to change to the arrow tool, and then I'm going to right click on the page, and I'm going to do insert question. Now with the ActiveVotes all we could do was multiple choice, but we can do any of these now because we have the ActivExpression devices. So multiple choice, the good thing with the ActivExpression devices, it doesn't have to be only one answer. You can say, there's 4 possible answers and you've got to choose 2 of them. You can do that. Sort in order is as you would think. You give them a set of up to 6 options, and they then have to choose the correct order for those options. Yes or no, true or false, Likert scales, text entries, so it can be any word they type in, and number entries, the other one. So let's do a sort in order. I want to have 4 options, and I'm going to add the question to the current page. So then I click next and replace the page content with a new design. So I'm going to choose my design that I want. I think we'll have that one there, and the question text. So which of these tools do I find most useful? I'm not going to put a time limit on it. I could do if I wanted to, and the vote is then only open for a certain length of time. And we'll just put some e-learning tools in here. Okay. If we wanted to say that there is a correct order to this, then we can say what this correct order is now. But obviously, if we're just getting the opinion of somebody of what their favourite tools is, there's no correct order. So I'll just click next there, and that's us finished. And so there we have this slide here now. So to start the vote on this slide, all I would do is go up into the corner here and do start, stop, flip chart, vote. So I can click that now, and when I now look on my device, I have 4 boxes with A, B, C, D, and I can choose how I want to say these. So let's try, I can just put anything in here really. And so I've chosen my order. I'm going to send it to the board now, and we can see the name that I gave before when I named my device box file has now lit up, and I can click to stop the vote. One or more of the users failed to retry because it's trying to look for all 32, so I'm not going to let them retry. And there we go. So ACBD is the way I decided to do this, and obviously if there'd been more people, there would have been different types of answers in there. If I want to, I can paste these results to the board using this top right corner one here. So if I click on that, we have this in here as a graphic. And so that's how to set up the questions. So I advise just having a click through, do a new page, insert new questions, give all the different questions a try, see which ones you like to use, which ones you don't. The one thing I do really recommend doing is at the top of my blog page, there's some research on designing good questions for voting kits. There's some really good tips in there. It's based on physics, but there's still a lot of tips you can take out of there for any subject.